You are standing in a place that no longer serves you. It might be a relationship that has turned cold, a job that drains your dignity, or a city that feels like a cage, logically, that you need to leave. You spend your nights analyzing the pros and cons. You tell yourself that you are just waiting for the right moment. You look at others who seem to change their lives effortlessly, and you wonder why you are paralyzed. But here is the uncomfortable truth. You are not stuck because you are indecisive. You are not stuck because you are weak. You are stuck because your brain has mistaken suffering for safety. We are not going to give you a list of 5 tips to find courage. Courage is useless if you do not understand the biological mechanism that is currently holding you hostage. Today, we will dismantle the architecture of your fear. We will look at why your mind prefers a known hell to an unknown heaven. We will analyze how your childhood references are sabotaging your adult decisions. And we will uncover the only true metric you need to navigate change. A metric that does not live in your mind, but in your nervous system. The reference points. One of the hardest aspects of change is the absence of consent. Often, change is not something we choose. It is something that happens to us. A breakup we didn't want. A career path that reached a dead end. A loss that shattered our daily routine. In these moments, we feel a profound resistance. We want the acceptance of this new reality to come easily. We wonder why we are struggling so much more than the people around us. But the struggle is not a flaw in your character. The struggle comes from a specific cognitive dissonance. You feel stuck because you are holding onto a past life, that you are still trying to live in the present. You are physically in the new situation, but psychologically, you are gripping the ghost of what used to be. It is the fear that there might not actually be anything better out there. It is the terrifying thought that this current pain is the best you are ever going to get. So you choose the hard that is familiar. It is hard to stay in a toxic place. It is hard to move forward into the unknown. You simply have to decide which hard you are willing to carry. But to make that decision, you must understand where the fear actually comes from. To understand why we cannot move forward, we must look backward. The fear of change is not really about the future. It is about the past. It stems from the fixed points we established in childhood. As children, we form absolute ideas about our parents. They become our primary points of reference. Our survival depended on maintaining these images as stable and true. We cling to what they told us and what they represented as if they were immutable laws of physics. These are our external references. When we grow up, we project these parental figures onto everything else. We project them onto our partners. We project them onto our bosses. We project them onto political parties or religious institutions. We treat a political party like a parent. Even if it betrays us, even if it acts against our interests, we do not leave. Because leaving feels like abandoning a parent. It feels like becoming an orphan in a dangerous world. This is why you stay in a job where the boss abuses his power. You are not seeing a boss. You are subconsciously seeing a parent figure you need to please. This is why you stay with a partner who cannot love you. You are reenacting a dynamic of seeking approval that was never granted. We attach ourselves to these external points because we lack an internal reference. We do not know how to self-regulate. We do not trust our own perception of reality. We need an external authority to tell us what is true. And this dependence makes change feel like a death sentence. If you leave the external reference, you feel like you cease to exist. The mechanism of projection. This is the first barrier to a path to know oneself better and finally live well. Let's examine how this plays out in relationships. You might find yourself with a partner who is emotionally unavailable. Perhaps they are insecure about their financial status or their self-worth. Instead of communicating that fear, they close off. They project their anger and frustration onto you. And you, playing the role of the good child, absorb it. You tell yourself, they only take their anger out on me because I am their safe space. They love me. That's why they treat me this way. This is a lie we tell ourselves to avoid change. It makes no sense that the person you love receives the worst of you, but we accept it because we are used to parents who did the same. We are used to the idea that love comes with a side effect of pain. We create a good parent and a bad parent in our minds. We delete the memories of the bad parent who hurt us. We repress that pain to survive. And now we do the same with our partners. We ignore the red flags. We ignore the gaslighting. We ignore the gut feeling that says something is wrong. Because if we acknowledge the truth, we would have to shatter the illusion of safety. We would have to face the void. So how do we break this cycle? The protocol of let them. There is a concept called the let them theory. It is the practice of radical acceptance of reality. If someone wants to show you their true colors, let them. If they want to lie to you, let them. If they want to betray your trust, let them. This does not mean you accept the behavior as acceptable for your life. It means you stop trying to control the narrative to protect yourself from pain. Imagine a scenario where you suspect betrayal. You ask for the truth. They deny it. They call you crazy. They gaslight you. The let them approach is stepping back and saying, I will not fight your reality, but if the truth comes out, I will leave. When the truth inevitably surfaces, because everything comes out in the end, the pain will be there, but it will be accompanied by a strange sense of liberation. It is the feeling of a knot finally coming loose. The shattering of trust is painful, but the validation of your intuition is powerful. It confirms that you are not crazy. It confirms that your internal reference was working all along. You were just afraid to listen to it. This brings us to the core conflict, the battle between the mind and the body. Your mind is a master manipulator. It is filled with the voices of your parents, society, and your fears. Your mind says, stay, it's safer. You won't find anyone else. You need this job to look successful. But your body tells a different story. Have you considered that maybe you are not choosing to abandon yourself? Have you considered that your body is choosing what it believes is the safest choice? The wisdom of the body. Your body has been with you since your first breath. It knows what keeps you alive. If, as a child, your survival depended on staying quiet and accepting abuse, your body learned that silence equals safety. So today, when you try to speak up or leave, your body floods you with panic. It screams, no, this is dangerous. We survive by staying small. This is why you feel physically unable to move. It is a biological override. Your mind might say, we can talk now, but your body says, no, we survive by hiding. Realizing this is the turning point. It takes the shame out of your stuckness. You are not weak. You are in a survival loop. But to break the loop, you must stop consulting your mind. You must start consulting your nervous system. Instead of asking, what should I do? Ask yourself, how does this feel and where do I feel it? This is the beginning of a path to know oneself better and finally live well. Dismantling the fixed points. The ultimate change, the great change, is the dismantling of external references. It is the ability to change your mind about everything. Can you look at your parents and realize they were just people? Can you accept that they might not have loved you in the way you needed? Can you question your religion, your politics, your definitions of success? Most people put on armor because they are afraid. They use these fixed ideas as shields, but a truly strong person does not need armor. A strong person draws strength from the interior, not the exterior. When you remove the parents as the ultimate reference, you initially feel a terrifying void. You feel alone in the universe, but that void is necessary. That void is where your true self begins to exist. Changing your mind is not a sign of instability. It is the primary sign of evolution. You are different today than you were a year ago. Why should your ideas remain the same? Why should your boundaries remain the same? The only thing that remains constant is your ability to feel pain, to feel joy, to feel the truth of a situation. A decision can be right for you even if you feel shaky making it. You will know it is the right decision not because it is easy, but because it honors your internal reality. It removes the expectation that change will be painless. It allows you to look at the difficulty and say, "This is hard, and I can do it anyway." We started by asking why you are paralyzed. Closing the loop. The answer is that you have been trying to solve a biological problem with intellectual tools. You have been trying to outthink a survival mechanism. The solution is not to force yourself to jump. The solution is to slowly dismantle the external idols you worship and reconnect with the signals of your own body. When your internal reference becomes stronger than your external fear, movement becomes inevitable. It won't be easy, but it will be yours.